You ought to lean on the neighbor and say, oh, neighbor, I thank God for Jesus on today, because Jesus washed away my sins. I can't get nobody to help me here. And if I call myself a sinner, I negate the work that Jesus did on the cross. He died to save his people from their sins. You ought to lean on the neighbor and say, oh, neighbor, what I want you to know today is I may be scarred, but I'm yet significant. When we look here at Bathsheba, we find that she had to go through 9 months of pregnancy, carrying a child that was an illegitimate child. I can't get nobody to help me here. She had to go through 9 months saying I was forced into a relationship that I did not ask to be in. Can I get somebody to talk back to me? When we look at Bathsheba, we got to remember that she gave birth to a child that died not because of her action, but the child died because of what David did. I can't get nobody to talk back to the preacher. You ought to tell your neighbor, say, oh, neighbor, I've been through some things in my life that's caused some scarring, but I stopped by to tell you that I'm not going to end up scarred. I got some reminders in my life of some things that I've been through, but at the end of the day, God's going to heal me of everything that I ever been through. Can I get a witness here today? I stopped by to tell the church that I can't tell you all of what my scars came from, but I can tell you that even though I've been scarred, it does not negate my significance. Can I get somebody to shout, Lord, I thank you for what I've been through, but I thank you even more for what I'm going to. Can I get a witness here? I will not allow what happened to me to sideline me. I will not allow what I've been through to take me down. Can I get a witness here? You ought to shake hands with a neighbor and say, oh, neighbor, I don't know about you, but I'm being transparent. I've been scarred in my life, but it ain't over yet. I'm getting ready to get out of here. I've been scarred in my life, but God still has a plan for me. I'm in the right church. Yeah, I've been wounded and I've been hurt, but God is still gonna use me. Who am I talking to today? Yeah, I may have had a baby outside of wedlock, but that don't mean that God can't use me. Who am I talking to? Can I get a witness here? Somebody that had an abortion, but it don't mean that God can't use you. You ought to tell your neighbor, I got some scars that I'm not proud of, but it does not mean that God don't see past my scars. I'm so glad that he looked beyond all of my thoughts and he saw my need. Is there anybody here that can say on the day that I was a mess, but the Lord, he picked me up and he turned me around, placed my feet on solid ground, and I'm here to say that I'm getting ready to be better than I ever been in my entire life. Can I get a witness here? Tell your neighbor, say, oh neighbor, I know what was in you seemed like it died when it came out, but God getting ready to bless you with something better. I'm in the right church. God is getting ready to bless you all over again. I hear Bathsheba say, Bishop, would you give me a moment to testify? Say, everybody been telling my story, but can I tell my story? Go ahead, Bathsheba. I hear Bathsheba said, I want to testify. I want to thank God for Jesus today. I want to thank God, giving honor to God, who the head of my life, and to the pastor and all of the members. I thank God for an opportunity to show up today at DTM to give a portion of my testimony. Can I say, today I hear Bathsheba saying, you don't know like I know what I've been through, but I want to tell you that God, he'll bless you beyond your wildest dream. Say yeah, say yeah, See ya. I hear Bathsheba say, after my first child died, the Lord blessed me with another child by the name of Solomon. Can I get a witness here? Tell your neighbor, say, oh neighbor, when you've been through hell, God will give you peace. That's what the name of Solomon means. His name meant peace. Can I get a witness here? That's why when David was a man of war, Solomon was a man of peace. Can I get somebody to help the preacher? Tell your neighbor, say, oh neighbor, I've been scarred, but I'm still significant. I hear Bathsheba say, what I went through, I had Solomon and I had 5 more children, 5 more males. Can I get a witness here? The one we named Nathan after the prophet that came in to get us back on the right track. Tell your neighbor, say, oh neighbor, what you don't know is Bathsheba is the only woman in the Bible that had 2 sons that made it in the lineage of Jesus. See ya, see ya. See ya, I may be scarred, but I'm significant. See ya, oh yeah. Lean on a new neighbor and say, new neighbor, what I want you to know is it's not over for you. God's getting ready to show you your significance in the kingdom. I know you've been hurt. I know you've been wounded. I know you're in pain, but that's all right. God's getting ready to show you your purpose today. See, I heard that Solomon, he grew up when he got grown. He was a womanizer. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Tell your neighbor, say, oh neighbor, God, he will always put somebody in your life to give you direction. Say yeah. And I heard somebody say what they got to do with Bathsheba. Bathsheba was his mama. When you read the book of Proverbs, it said that Solomon, he wrote the most of the book of Proverbs. Can I get a witness here? But Proverbs number 31, chapter 31 of the book of Proverbs, it started out talking about a man who is the king. They call his name Lemuel. Can I get a witness here? And his mother started out talking to him in verses 4 and 5 about wine and women. Y'all ain't hear that? Tell your neighbor, say it was wine and women that she talked to Lemuel about. Can I get somebody to help me in history, in the Jewish history up until the 19th century? It is reported that Lemuel was Solomon. That was his mother's pet name for him. Can I get a witness here? Tell your neighbor, the bishop is going to give you some information, but don't you use it. Every mother generally have a pet name for her child. Can I get a witness here? And I stopped by to tell you that when we looked at Lemuel, say it was wine and women that was his problem. But I heard when she got down the Proverbs 31 and 10 through 31, say who can find a virtuous woman? Her price is far above that of rubies. Can I get a witness here? In other words, what she was doing was telling her son, this is the kind of woman you need to look for. You've been out there with all them fluses. You've been out there with all them hookers. You've been out there with all them loose women. But son, listen to your mama. I want you to know the kind of woman you need to look for. Tell your neighbor, say, oh neighbor, because I'm scarred does not mean I can't help you. I can help you because I've been scarred, because of what I've been through. I can show you the way. Somebody ought to tell God, God, I thank you for my scars. Because of my scars, I can tell somebody what road not to travel. I can tell somebody what a good wife look like. I can tell somebody what somebody that'll bless you look like. See, lean on a neighbor. Say, neighbor, I may be scarred, but I'm still significant. See, everybody is standing. I'm done. Hallelujah. Tell a neighbor, say, neighbor, your scars do not negate your significance. People want to act like you ain't nothing because of what you've been through. I won't let them reduce me to nothing because of what I've been through. Why y'all ain't saying nothing? Some of you got kids that's worse than baby kids. Y'all ain't them some bad hammer knockers. I mean, they terrible. You know it, and everybody else know it. You want to act